Red Button means we're live, a casual take with your boy Stephen Pepper, here to give a take off my chest. So, the path to the Super Bowl in the NFC is going through Detroit. And I never thought I'd say that in my life, but here we are. And as it should, because they're the best team in the NFC. And I'm going to pick them to go to the Super Bowl today. Oh, but what about that defense? What about it? I mean, you watched that game last night. You saw a Lions defense hold a high-octane Vikings offense with the likes of Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson to just 9 points. Now, I can understand the argument that that performance wasn't sustainable, given with all their injuries in the past month or so. They're giving up like a bajillion yards a game on average, but how many games did they lose in the past November, December? Just one game. To who? Josh Allen. Where is the Josh Allen in the NFC? There is not one. There is no all-time playmaker that the Lions would have to overcome in the playoff picture through the NFC. So I think offensively, they're built for these shootouts against they can go point for point with the Eagles, the Vikings, the Rams. This offense scores almost 3 more points than any team in the league. You're talking about a collection of Jahmyr Gibbs, Jared Goff, Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown. They are lethal. Defenses can't stop them. All they need from their defense, the Lions, is just to be just You know, a timely sack, a timely turnover, force field goals over touchdowns. And that's what they've been doing in the past couple of months to help them win games. And that's why I think that's what they did last night. That's why I think they're going to go to the Super Bowl. Not win it, because I wouldn't trust them in a game against Mahomes and Allen, but they're not going to see those type of quarterbacks. So I would take them in the NFC with the home field advantage. You go all the way to the Super Bowl. Because that was a big test last night. You want to talk about test? That's as good as it gets in the regular season in the NFC. That was a playoff game. I mean, with all what's on the line, the two heavyweights in the NFC this year collide for the 1 seed. Not just the NFC North, the 1 seed, meaning the winner of this game gets home field advantage throughout. And Detroit's going to love home field advantage. And what's good for Detroit is they get a bye that they haven't had since week 5. But the loser gets the tough end of the stick, where they have to go play on the road next weekend throughout the playoffs. But that's what Detroit doesn't have to do, because they handled the Vikings with an excellent game plan on both sides of the ball. And this is why I just trust them, because they have the 2 best coordinators probably in the sport. I mean, you're talking about Aaron Glenn, who probably just got himself a head coaching job after last night's performance. I mean, he got Alex Anzalone back on defense, which is pretty good. But this is a defense, for the most part, half their team's on IR. They got some guys who were on the couch a couple months ago. They're just making it work. And here's Aaron Glenn leading a feisty defensive performance as coordinator against a Vikings offense with Jefferson, high octane, just 3 for 13 on third down, 0 for 3 on fourth down. They had some timely sacks, and 0 for 4 in the red zone. If they can get that on defense, now they're probably not going to get that over again, but if they can get somewhat to that, who's stopping them in the NFC? Because, you know, offensively, Ben Johnson's always going to come correct. I mean, this guy, a lot of people forget, the Vikings have one of the best defenses in the league. Brian Flores, the defensive coordinator of the Vikings, is doing an excellent job. And they've only given up 30 points 3 times this season. Twice to who? Ben Johnson and the Lions. They put up 30 again. I mean, it kind of helps when you got Jahmyr Gibbs, right? I mean, this guy, Jahmyr Gibbs, and it's just his second season. In the playoffs in the NFC, he's easily going to be one of the best players on the field. I mean, this is game-breaking speed right here. The man had 23 carries for $139 yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground, and then also the receiving touchdowns. He's just great. So the path to the Super Bowl in the NFC, I never thought I'd say this, because I grew up not with the Barry Sanders, but the 0-16 Lions. The path is going through Detroit. And, you know, you could say about the defense, oh, I'm going to pick Philadelphia, I'm going to pick Minnesota, hell, I'll pick the Rams because the Lions defense is just Swiss cheese. But you saw that performance last night. Now, you could say it's not sustainable again, but this Lions team is at the 5th hardest schedule in all football, and they've only lost 2 games. Because offensively, no defense has answers for them. And if they can just get a timely interception, they have the interception leader in Kirby Joseph, a big-time sack, force field goals over touchdowns. Again, I'm not picking them to win the Super Bowl, because I'm never betting against a Mahomes or an Allen in a big game. But they're going to be facing a Jalen Hurts, a Jaden Daniels, a Baker Mayfield, an old Matt Stafford, a Sam Darnold. Where's the all-time great playmaker with Super Bowl or playoff experience that they're going to have to overcome in the NFC? There isn't one. So I think the Lions are going to go, with the home field advantage, with the rest, and go win the NFC. But I appreciate everyone for tuning into this episode of A Casual Take. Follow my social medias to stay updated on all things related to the show. Till next time, see you.